pack it in so I can begin.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Hey.
Morning.
It's morning for us, but not for you guys, for Marvin and John. And I must listen. I got it right. I got everybody right. Yes, right, Aaron.
Yes, the right
Did
time.
you did? I'm very proud.
Did
Look
at
I still
that.
had to ask: is it in 20 minutes?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Well, no, I gave you the link last night, and then you thought it was last night.
Yeah.
Well, you normally don't send the link until it starts.
No,
so.
I usually don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I know Marvin likes to pretty himself up, so I figured it's
yeah. You have a little bit extra time.
Yeah. Who's the? Tell us
is
about.
that the new
Oh,
kitty?
look at Marvin's
Yep.
pussy.
That's a new kitty.
New kitty.
Where's he? Tribbles.
How many legs has it got?
This one has 4. This one came with 4.
Oh, adorable.
Oh, well, that's one of those new ones.
Those
like your vintage
one of those upgraded ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
New
Is
model.
it a specific breed or is it just a
No, it's just European short hair, but because of his coloring, they think there might have been some funny business with something else somewhere in the tree. But
It's now going down Marvin's pants behind him.
So we were on chatting a little bit, and then I saw Brett was on. He's sitting there waiting. So I'm like, we could go live. Brett's waiting for us.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
you guys can't see the comments.
If Brett's waiting, we need to
There you
to
go.
get going.
Can you guys see the comments or no?
yep.
Yeah, on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, I can now.
Comments on stage. Is that a new one? Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh, wow, we actually have. Yeah. I never look at these comments, but it's just that we actually have audience.
Can you see them on the side, guys? I don't.
I can't
You
actually.
can't.
John, if there's private chat and there's comments.
Yeah. Go up to the top. There's comments. You guys can see what Steve Scott's there.
Yeah, I see that.
And Alex Hutchings is there.
Alex, yo.
Chris Lawson. Good
Hey,
morning,
Chris.
guys. Yeah, it's early for us. Well, Brett, it's real early for you. Well, you're up at same time as Jonathan is, right? You're in Seattle. So yeah, we do them early. We do early morning shows like this so we can get our European friends on. Oh, there they are. They're down the bottom. Look at that.
Alex has just texted me, I love the sunglass tan, Mark.
Raccoon eyes.
Yeah, well, I've been in the sun since about 8 this morning. Working hard, Alex.
Oh, I've been in the sun, so it's so hard work, such hard work.
Oh, listen here, Aaron. When you're working in the sun, it is brutal. It wipes the shit out of you. Like it, I mean, I don't do it anymore. I used to work construction, but even now, my wife has me doing like yard work. Oh, I hate it.
No, I get that, but John's sitting on a boat, so come on.
I wasn't sitting on a boat today. I was sitting
okay.
on a haystack with.
John sends us
But
pictures.
I wasn't even wearing glasses today, so that must have been, an old sunglass, Mark.
Pull up
John-
Alex's comment.
It comes up on the bottom down here. Can you guys see it on the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's cool. I like that. Because every time we're talking about somebody's comment, I think the audience doesn't know what we're talking about, and I have to.
Now you have to select it, right, to show
I
it.
usually have to select it, but now I
Yeah.
can click it so it shows all the comments. John sent us a picture the other day of his on his boat, legs up, asking everybody for IDs, right? And instead of he's working real hard on the boat, and we're all looking for IDs for him, right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my feet up, sun on me, asking for IDs, and you guys are just doing all the hard work for me.
Well, okay, yeah, it's been a while since we did a show. We did the Wonderfest one, and did we do another one after that too? Yeah, John and I jumped on, and we were just
The build show.
Yeah, it's days like this where I'm not working till I have to get off in exactly like an hour and a half because I got to go to a job. But sometimes I have mornings, and when I do have mornings available, I'm gonna try to get you guys on because I don't want you guys to have to get up at like 3 a.m. in the morning unless we have like John Goodson on or whoever else, you know, might be Sean House. You know, we gotta get him on one of these nights too. How you guys been? Everything good?
Yep.
Yeah, stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
Same
y'all
here.
working on? Marvin?
Why do you come to me first? Because you know the answer.
Well, you're next to me. That's why. I'm going in clockwise order.
I'm working on almost nothing, but I did get my Sandcolor drivetrain parts out finally, so they're ready for a soapy bath and then paint. Then I can get that undercarry. It's finally on.
I didn't soapy bath mine.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Those
Now they're gonna fall apart.
instructions, Marvin.
I mean, why would you wash the machine grease off of something before you paint it, right? All this luxury.
I didn't even think of that. I figured you took
Yeah.
care of it for me already.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, Felix put them together, so I thought Felix came out and finished them for me.
Yeah, he
Right.
took care of them. Paint stuck, no problem. I didn't have any issues
My
whatsoever.
hands are black afterwards, so there's definitely stuff on there.
Yeah, mine stuck really good. I didn't have any issues whatsoever. There's our buddy Hacker.
Hey, hacker.
Hacker!
Hacker.
Okay.
Morning.
Guten Tag.
Yeah. So you got them painted? You're gonna paint them up and get them ready,
yeah.
or what?
Yeah, they're ready now, like all assembled. Make sure they have enough bogies and stuff assembled, because I bought multiple kits and some were like really bad shape. So it was really like mix and matching parts to get everything like all sets complete. So I have that now, test fitted everything. So now it's just ready to wash and paint.
It is extremely gratifying
I would think
when
so,
you
yeah.
when you go and screw those little tiny
Yeah.
screws
Yeah.
into those holes, and they line up perfectly. Like you could twist them in with your fingers, basically.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
smooth it is. And those are little holes on those bogies. I
Yeah,
mean,
It's like M2. It's like nothing. Or M2
even
and a
just
half,
a little, even a half a millimeter off, and you're
Yeah.
screwed. Like
Yeah.
it ain't gonna work. You're gonna be drilling it out.
Yep.
But every one of them lined up beautiful. You guys did an amazing job on those.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, was a good collaboration with Felix.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
I'm wondering. So I wonder if anybody else. And John and I did them.
Yeah, anything that comes from you guys and Felix is amazing.
John and I put them together. Do you know if anybody else has put them together yet?
Not sure. No.
I don't think anybody has yet.
No.
Let's go, Aaron. What the hell are you waiting for?
Oh, you know the answer to that.
Well, those you could put together. You could put the bogeys on those. Oh, you got to buy yours. That's
Yeah,
right.
actually, you're
Yeah,
in
exactly.
luck now because everything's done. You could actually build one from the ground up, literally.
That's true.
Yeah, you're about the only one who's been able to do that.
No, I'm still missing the treads.
No, yeah. Yeah.
The add-ons or the actual tracks itself, like the whole Shermans.
I only have one of the four, but the add-ons, the
Yeah.
stuff you made, yeah.
You have to remind me because we might do a small run soon if I have
Oh.
enough people. Because there's a few people coming along that want one, so we could do another run of those.
And you're not putting the Z pattern in the new ones, right?
No, because the tool has been made.
Yeah.
No,
That's what-
Yeah, that would have a ton of
Yours
have
fit
another-
fine though, Chris, right?
Well, yeah, I started grinding them, and the plastic inside started melting. So I was like, mother effer. So I got a bunch of them grinded. I think it really was that my grinder was getting really low. I probably should have switched my what the hell is it called? The grinding wheel out, and maybe not pushed as hard, and I probably could have made it work.
Yeah.
But I glued them on. I cleaned them up. Listen, I cleaned them, Marvin. I used I cleaned those tracks up real good so that the glue stuck.
Good.
The ones that
Proud of
the
you.
first set that I didn't clean up, they didn't stick for shit.
Yeah.
And even with IC gel, it didn't work very well either. So I cleaned them up real good. I took a file and I scraped them, get a nice, just a rough surface on, and I used the icy gel, and they all stuck really good. So, and
Nice.
honestly, you can't even. There's a gap there, but you can't see it. Like
I was playing around with them as well, and like even if you don't take those Z's off, yeah, like you say, that there's like a millimeter gap or something.
yeah,
But with everything going on, you hardly see it. So
no.
if you don't
see
want to
it at
go
all.
through the trouble, it won't look that much off.
Trust me, it is a lot of freaking trouble to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of work. You're talking 496 treads that you have to grind off a millimeter of metal,
Yeah.
And I started rushing and pushing hard. There we go. Hold on, let me put you up so people know what we're talking about. On the tracks, there's this Z pattern that sticks up a millimeter.
Yep.
And Marvin, who absentmindedly forgot to add the Z pattern into the mold, right?
Mhm.
No,
Something like that.
it was only found out later by seeing Jason Eaton's
Actual
injection mold casings, that it was molded into the plastic. So
yeah.
I have a question for you. When you were planning these tread extensions, did you think about the Z patterns at all, or what was your thought on that?
I did think about them. Problem is that the add-ons are fairly thin. So to make enough room for those Z patterns, you have a part that has almost no thickness left.
Yeah.
I wasn't completely sure if they did or not. I don't think I did have the ref that I have now as well. So I think in the ref, I also wasn't 100% sure if that little gap, like if it was glued on top of the Z pattern or not.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know.
Yeah.
And like you said, it wasn't until we saw the original mold that they used at ILM that we were actually sure that they did try to at least, have the Z patterns sunk into the injection molded piece.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be great, but honestly, I can't see it. I'm looking at it myself, and it's so minor that you don't even see it.
And I'm sure you can grind it off, but you just have to take it a little bit slower so that the metal doesn't heat up as much.
I gave my tracks to my metalwork guy that does all the armatures for me and stuff. He did 3 tracks and gave them back to me, and he said, "This is going to cost you. If you want to pay me by the hour."
You didn't tell me that one, John.
I could remortgage my house. I need to pay for that.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he isn't wrong. That's for sure. It's a major pain in the balls. We got a lot of people here this morning already. Mike, we got Hacker, we got Chris Greer. Lots of people are watching this morning. Nice. Hey, hi. Here's my puppy.
Speaking of my metalwork guy,
come here. Go ahead.
This up.
What's that for?
Come here.
That is the middle. This is what was supplied in that kit for the Cylon tanker.
Oh.
So imagine the head on the front and the engine on the back.
Solid resin on the front.
Yeah.
It'll be a Cylon rainbow.
Yeah. So I was like, aluminium one made up instead.
Here's my baby.
So I don't think there's going to be much of this Cylon Raider left that's original, apart from that disgusting head. But
which you did pretty awesomely.
Yeah, it looks great.
She got her womanhood taken out.
If I was a man of your talents, any of you, you probably would have scratch built it 100% and redid it. But there's different thicknesses. I'll go and grab it. I'll show you.
Why did you have the band on, Chris?
She got neutered, spayed.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go on.
There's all like
Let's see this.
Yeah.
underneath here. This thickness here. It's pretty. Yeah, I mean, you guys could have done it, but
I
it
think you
does
could
look a
have
bit
done it,
better now.
Looks
Well-
looks good to me.
When that gets painted, it'll be okay.
I won't see it from my house
Until you buy it.
until he
No,
ships it over.
Do you know what the
And-
best thing about the back is? Like, this is how much of a cowboy Simmons like job this is. On the original casting, they packed it full of masking tape and cast it. And I was like, I was looking, I was like, well, I've never seen that before. And then I chucked a lump of wood in there, screwed it to the bottom. And I'm going to fill all those screw holes. And now I've got something absolutely proper solid that I can literally screw this part to, which will give it proper. Oh, wrong way up. I can screw that literally onto the wood.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that is now solid. And I've put holes in this armature that I can get some brackets, some L brackets, and screw the whole head on there. So it's
Does
going to
that
be rigid.
does that metal armature go inside the piece?
Yeah,
Is it
you'll
that
never see
thick?
that. Yeah.
Is it that wide?
Yeah, you have these like these
Yeah,
go
those
around like
parts.
the edge.
Okay. Oh, it's pretty big.
Oh, it's there's a picture of Jim Creveling that did the medical frigate. You know,
Yeah.
he made one.
Oh, did he?
And you see him holding it, and it's massive.
I'll check that out.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You're doing a good job on that, John.
Well, you know, after going to Wonderfest and seeing the work there, I'm like, I need to put some effort into my builds.
Yeah, there's
Next
a lot
year
of
you're bringing the silent bass star, right? To Wonderfest.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, here's a problem though. Like next year, I may not be able to drive your stuff to Wonderfest.
Why is that?
No, well, don't worry about that. I can't even think about next week, let alone next year. So
Oh, it's a given. You're coming.
yeah, we'll see.
Come on, just buy her flowers every week till that time, and it'll be good.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the plane ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I may not be I'm the sail barge. I think I'm gonna drive it to Joseph's house after Wonderfest. And
Okay.
then fly home. That's the plan. I
That's
think
a long drive.
it is. Yep.
What are you
Yeah.
gonna do with the rental car? Are you just gonna leave it at one of the companies that are near him?
Yeah. Just leave it at the company and then fly home. So
U-Haul.
U-Haul, yes.
Yeah, how excited was I when we drove past U-Haul?
You were excited at every single thing that passed
Fire
by.
hydrant, a school
Fire-
bus.
School bus, yeah. We had to
Yeah.
track down a
School
yellow
buses,
school
yeah, they were
bus.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, Home Depot. Cracker Barrel was one of my favorite memories.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Yes. Jonathan, tell me what you're working on, brother.
Working on a 24 scale TIE bomber. So it can be same scale as the rest of my TIE fighters.
Oh,
And slowly working on a Y-wing.
okay.
I started remodeling the head a little bit, but so
Can I ask how you're planning on doing the 24 scale TIE bomber?
it's all printed.
Oh, okay.
Well,
all right.
that's not true. It's most of it's printed except for the wing.
Okay.
The wing, I took a mold off of the wing for my where is it? The Darth Vader TIE fighter.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
nice.
You
That'll
molded
keep
the
it
whole
in.
thing.
So you've got all the files of the kit parts, so you can resize them.
Yeah, well, I did them.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So
You scanned them and
no,
made
I
files of them.
just took all the parts I had and took a micrometer to them and built them in a computer.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, nice.
They're pretty close.
Close enough for my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty close. Anything that you say, Jonathan,
Just
pretty close.
nonchalantly.
It's
Oh,
like-
I just rebuilt all the parts. No big deal.
Is like
Just measured every single.
identical.
Just measured every part on the tie bomber. How many are there, John? A couple hundred?
It's like 7 parts, I think, that make up a whole tie bomber.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's 3D
So
printed, you slap a couple blocks together.
If I built another one now, I would still have to ask one of you guys for the parts map.
It's probably been in our chat about 20 times now already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron, what are you working on, brother?
Yeah, you know the answer to that.
Besides models, let's
Just move on.
Besides models, I meant other than models.
Well, just with work.
Yeah, you busy? I mean,
Well,
you're a
yeah.
busy dude.
The last few days, I'm making a promotional video for our new AI for our copyright software.
So
Literally,
is the slogan "Hands off your cocks and on with your socks"?
Yep, with those same people. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, I was dying laughing when that happened. I'm thinking, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm glad you told that story on the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great one. But every time I call John, Aaron, he's like rushing me off the phone so we can get back to work every single time.
Aaron, you
Rushing
do work
you off
very
the
hard.
phone. We talked for like an hour, and then
Yes. He's rushing me off the phone.
To be sitting there at Wonderfest with all that going on and everyone doing shit downstairs and all exciting stuff, and you're sitting in you're sitting in your room working away in conference.
Well,
calls.
I was on a conference call for a couple hours. I wasn't happy because that was the morning you guys got the photo with Bill George. I would have loved to have been in on that photo when you guys were down in the room.
Yeah, but you were late every night. You made you were a couple of hours in after me and Chris sometimes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
made up for it. Yeah.
Yeah, he stayed up a lot later you were talking to a lot more people. Like you talked to quite a few people. I mean,
I
while
forget.
I couldn't
What-
believe the last night when you were like you'd been up all day and all that night, and we were ready to hit the sack at like 3 a.m. and I was like a bit, and sloshed, and you were like, "Right, I'm driving home." I was like, "What?" You like?
Well, to be fair, I meant to leave around like 11 or midnight, but we just were chatting for so long out in the central courtyard area, and then by the time we got back to the room, we talked for another hour, I think, in the room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ended up pulling over at some gas station and slept for an hour on the way back.
Yeah.
So I didn't roll in till I think 8 or 9 in the morning.
I don't think I've heard one Wonderfest story from someone yet that wasn't tired at some point on their travel. It took a toll on everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I planned
Oh,
on
my God.
doing it. Go ahead.
Well, guys, if you want to keep this little circle jerk Wonderfest thing going, I can step out for a moment if you want.
Don't be bitter. Don't be bitter.
I know I missed a lot.
Yeah.
I think next year, if I go, I'll be wearing a T-shirt with "I wish I was here last year."
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I like that.
Man.
We should make that. We should make some of those up for people.
Yeah, for everybody that missed it.
Yeah, we'll put it on the Nerf Herders,
Personalized.
Nerf Herders store.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so just so everybody knows who's watching, I've seen a couple questions about doing international orders, and we just aren't going to be able to do that with the website. So if there's somebody who really wants a shirt, contact me, or if they want something merchandiser, contact me and we'll figure something out, or I'll just purchase it and then we'll ship it to you. It's a pretty big hassle, right, to get that going, and Aaron doesn't have time. And honestly, it turned out that what happened was, if we did it that way, the purchases would come out of my bank account, and then eventually the company would pay me back, right?
Oh,
that's
weird.
how. Yeah, I was like, no, let's not do that. So we're gonna work it out. So if anybody, I know Phil was real excited, was real interested in getting stuff, and I saw 2 other guys asking, and I just we can't do it that way. So let me know and we'll figure something out. It might be a little more for shipping, but if you really want something, let me know. Speaking of like Aaron, you to do that website, you already did a lot of work, and you still had a lot more work to even go on that, right? And
not much.
Listen, just say yes, damn it. So but at least you were really busy too, so it was taking you forever, so couldn't wait any longer.
But thank you, Aaron, for all the hard work that you're
Thank
doing.
you, Aaron.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, Aaron.
Did we ever mention how my wife thinks I'm really like bothering you all the time? Have we ever talked about that online?
I can't recall.
My wife. So every time when I talk to Aaron on the phone and we're talking about like a thumbnail or something like that, she's like, Jesus, Chris. She's like, will you let the guy alone? He already does all this, does that. And she's like, you're being so damn pushy all the time. And
He loves it.
I'm like, Aaron, am I really? Am I seriously being pushy? He goes, no. But we set it up one time where I called you, and we intentionally, like, I asked you to do a couple things, and you were giving me major attitude. Like,
Chris told me earlier in the day that, hey, I'm going to call you later, and my wife's going to be right next to me, so just play it up, act annoyed.
Yeah.
So of course he calls in the evening, and I just go, yes, Chris, what do you need? And then, I can do that. I mean, I got a million other things to do, but I can add that to the list. All right. Yeah. Okay.
She's laying in bed next to me. Her head snaps so fast. She even said out loud, she's like, Chris, let him alone. And then we let her know. It was funny. But speaking of thumbnails, we almost had a really good thumbnail, right? We were going to use a different
thumbnail. Was great.
Oh, we were going to use it. I was going to use it. But Aaron said it probably wasn't a great idea. But I think this would have been much better. What do you think?
Oh, he's going to put it up.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put it up. Are you kidding?
Oh, no. We might as well just used it.
Might as well.
Yeah. I mean, you can change it, see how the algorithm likes it.
Yeah. Well, and then I thought about it. I'm like, all right, well, the Nerf her logo is in front of her face. I don't know where else you're going to put it.
Well, I lined it up that way.
That's actually how AK Directive used to push a lot of their stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like in the magazines, it was like a pointless 2 pages of like a girl in a swimsuit holding a bottle of their paint. And it's like,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
A little backstory. I used to work at a comic book store, right? And we used to do conventions. And the one time we brought our girlfriends with us, me and my friend. Okay. And we had nobody coming up to this stand. No one. So him and I were like, all right, well, let's go take a break. We're going to go get some lunch. Will you 2 girls stay here? Sure. No problem. As soon as we walked away, boom. Like it was like vultures on carcass. Like it was so fast. And we're like, oh, that's a great idea. We'll just step away and let you guys sell everything. So it worked. But I really wanted to put this up. But yeah. And
I mean, you've done it now. It's kind of pointless.
Well, I mean, as put it up as the thumbnail.
Right.
We would have got a lot of views. And then they would have got on and been like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, those 4 girls aren't these 4 guys.
That's the same girl.
Yeah, what I mean is when people would have clicked on it and started watching it, so it would have been a big disappointment.
Well, here, Chris, for the next thumbnail, I'll use AI to have Sydney Sweeney holding some Star Wars models.
There you go. That's a good idea, actually. Let's do that. Yeah, well, It was.
Chris, I think we should get on to the Wednesday work.
Well, I also wanted to say, like, I had to keep Aaron in check. Like, I knew his obsession with her, so we couldn't really use that picture. So.
For all those who are unaware, Chris is obsessed with Sydney Sweeney. That's why I made that.
No, come on. What are you talking about? I'm married. What are you talking about? Anyway, it's Wednesday. Workbench Wednesday. Let's do it. Let's start with Brett.
Speaking of tie bombers.
Tie bomber. I think this is everybody's initiation into scratch building. That and the probe droid, right? Probe droid pods, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Seems to be.
Yeah. So I can zoom. Okay, cool. He scribed this. Yeah. That's got to be that's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Faber?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate scribing anyway, but the big rings on that thing are a pain in the butt.
The big
I
rings.
I found everything on this to be quite challenging, actually. It's just like normally you're thinking when you have like compound curves, like on a cloud car, it's difficult. But here, because it is basically symmetrical, so everything is perpendicular. If you're just off by a little bit, it'll look like really off.
Yeah.
Because there's so much reference to it, and the kit parts are also aligned to these lines, and it's just I know that I rework my lines quite a bit.
Yep.
For the big lines on the fuselages, have any of you put it on a lathe?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine are lathe. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to cut acrylic discs that went inside so it didn't collapse when I grabbed it. And then I had to make a custom cutting tool to cut the grooves the right size.
I'm thinking I might use my laser cutter. The rotary tool on my laser cutter.
Yeah, it might work.
Try that. Yeah.
It just cuts it right off.
Yeah. The first 5 will be really messed up, but that's not true, actually. I have had very, very few mistakes so far in my laser cutter. I've been proud of myself. Nice job, Brett. Okay. I'm not going to try to pronounce. So he is building a Star Destroyer. Well, he wants to build a Star Destroyer, I think, right? And he was asking for.
Not even. I think he just wants to buy. He wants to buy a built model, I think.
Oh.
Built, painted, and lighted.
That'll be cheap.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
I thought prior to that he was asking about lighting and how to do lighting.
No, I think he just wants to buy a Star Destroyer lit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
My mistake.
Mission.
I thought he had earlier. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
We could
Michael
just sit here
James.
and go for the wanted ads.
Yeah. Michael James is building a turbo laser.
Oh, can you imagine
It's
what
gonna be
it's going to
so
be like
cool.
when that's finished?
Yeah, he's making his all animatronic and stuff, right?
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
imagine
gonna-
he's going to
yeah,
do this
there's-
too, right?
Yeah, there's going to be probably people inside driving it and firing it. And, like,
Moving their arms as to
yeah,
make it
you're
go.
going to have like people like you can have like voices in it. It's going to have speakers and all sorts.
I just enjoyed
He's
seeing
quite a way ahead of it.
Oh yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well, he had asked me about it a while ago. He asked me for measurements of yours, John.
All right.
like-
Well,
But
they're not my measurements.
No, where did they come from? There was
Dave Goldberg from the RPF. He did a run of like
Wasn't it
open
what-
source files, so you could just download the file and get it CNC'd yourself.
Is yours from that, or was it from the Vasily kit back when?
No, it's not the Vasily kit. No, the Vasily kit was
Yeah.
really nice. I couldn't get one of those.
Those photos are my favorite, just seeing how the inside the construction,
Yeah.
and then adhering the styrene, and
A bunch of 1, 2, 3 blocks there.
Yep.
You want to see the inside of mine?
Copper pipe.
Can I tell a
I think
story,
it's
John?
At least you can like run a hot water system through yours.
So
That's
so I
something.
get
Serve drinks out of it.
so I bought okay. The whole story, basically, you probably already know the cat's paw and getting.
God, we don't need to hear that again.
Yeah, we don't need to go over that again. But I received said transport, and
The next day,
the very next day, he shipped it, and it literally came within 24 hours, right? From
it's like
England to
Superman
my
delivered
house.
it. It was like you turned the Earth backwards.
I couldn't believe it. It was sitting on my doorstep, right? The next day. Open it up, right? It's beautiful. It's gorgeous, right? You've all seen it. And I look inside, and the whole armature for the guns is completely gone. Like it just like fell apart. And it was some copper pipe, right? Formed and then propped up again by a copper pipe. Like just haphazardly wedged in there.
Yeah, it wanted to fall down, but it couldn't.
Right. Yeah. But by transporting it, the whole mechanism inside came apart because it wasn't even glued copper pipe, like soldered copper pipe. It was just pieces of copper pipe.
Yeah, but I didn't worry about it leaking, so I didn't need to solder it.
So I tried to make it work I couldn't get the guns back in because the whole contraption was inside and it was sealed. So I ended up having to cut the bottom open, reattach all the mechanisms, change it a little bit, and then now it's down in my basement. Beautiful.
And can we just say that was a build for me that I never intended selling? So
That's
if
true.
it was a
Yes.
commission job, it would have been much better. So
Yes. But it's just a fucking hilarious story. I mean, like it's a great story. But yeah, you weren't gonna sell it until I came over and ran over your cat. You know?
Yeah, I wanted to redesign my cat.
Only
Anyway.
through the power of taking advantage of your friends did you acquire it.
If my wife only knew. Let's see. Scott.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
Looking great.
it's the
Man.
business.
Looking so good.
I think this
It is.
deserves a Nerf Herd of Gold badge.
It is gorgeous. Man.
Whereas my badges would be must try harder next time.
No. You've done so much better. So much
Come
better.
and see me after class.
You have done so much better. Don't give yourself a lot more credit, brother.
I don't know if it's in this batch of photos, but I love the close up of the scribing he had on the wing.
It's on it's on
Yeah.
another set.
Okay.
I'll show that then. But so Scott,
It
how
looks
did
so
you
cool like that?
is there a armature in the wings that I forget?
Scott, I don't question.
What?
He said he has a 1/2-inch aluminum rod running down the main wing, but
Okay.
not the small wings.
Okay, so are these I don't remember. Are these well, they show them down. Are they hinged? They're hinged.
Yeah,
right?
they're hinged.
Yeah.
I think he built like the armature more or less the same as the original, right? So
Yeah, I think
one down
so.
the main wing, one out the back, and one out the side.
Yeah.
Well,
And then when he was talking to Bill, he
So,
found
sorry,
out
Marvin,
there's a
but
mount at
once again,
the top.
yeah. I was going to say at Wonderfest, even Bill was figuring out stuff that he'd forgotten looking
Yeah.
at the ref
Well,
Nice.
pictures.
well,
of him.
describe that again, Jonathan.
Oh, there's he when he was talking to Bill, Bill realized like, oh, there's a mount at the top where the cockpit is, and I don't think anybody knew that.
No.
Yeah. Even he forgot until
Yeah.
I didn't even think he saw it in the picture, right, John? Or he was looking at the pictures and there wasn't an actual picture of it. And he's like,
He had these super high res pictures that we were just like, oh god, look at them.
yeah.
And he was like working it out as he was looking at it. Like what a cool thing! Like jogging his memory from that long ago.
And Scott just
Looking at
shared on
these
the top of
pictures.
the cockpit pod section, there's a panel that's supposed to remove and mount. That there's one picture that showed that.
Oh, there was a picture that showed that.
Yeah, we were it was Hacker and Bill and Scott in the back room, I think, that were looking at that.
Mm. And this is all he vac formed this part here, this part here. He vac formed almost all of it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Did anyone see the original master for the Frank and Mo kit?
no, I've never seen one.
Because this is like the best B-wing I've ever seen. It's just
Yeah. It's really
And I hope
nice.
I'm not butchering the story, but like those hinges there for the side wings, I think Scott was saying, like, is it motorized? How would they fit a motor in there? And then talking with Bill that like those were just hinged, and then they used piano wire to animate. They're
that's
controlled
right. Yeah.
to move the wings for the filming.
Scott, you've seriously impressed all of us.
Yep, definitely.
Which is funny because as a kid, I always wondered how they moved the wings.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't think of another scenario that happened in the filming of any of the
I can't.
vehicles.
Yeah.
Well, the X-wings opened up, right?
Yeah, but not with piano wire.
No. They had motors.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I can't think of another situation where they would have used something like, puppetry on a model.
Yeah.
Did the Imperial shuttle have motors?
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
all motorized.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, Bill had photos of that may be what Hacker and Felix were looking in the back room at. But yeah, they had photos of the shuttle with the top off and the different motors and wiring inside of it and how it was all constructed.
Yeah. I remember interviews with Bill talking about this. He had to build those wings just super light just so the motors could move them.
Yeah.
Which is why if you see the pictures now that they're all
They're all warped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I never took notice to this part here, this extra part of the wing. It's interesting
Flippy.
how it offshoots like that.
Yeah. And I think the other one's different.
The blue one?
No, the other wing on the other side.
Oh.
In
Is it
classic
really?
Star Wars fashion.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice scribing too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
lovely
scribing.
scribing. He made me laugh on that comment. He said, like, that's the best part, right, John? Or something, the scribing. I was like, no.
Scribing on a curved surface across the.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Scribing in a straight line on a huge sheet of styrene is hard.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've tried scribing and just gone way past the line where I'm supposed to go. Like it doesn't matter how many times you slightly go down. If you're not paying attention every time you scribe, it will offshoot like in the middle of that line for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
And people say going over it
running
go over lightly, and work your way down. But then the next panel you do won't match the one you just did in depth, or it's just like this pit that you've carved out, and you're like, oh god, like, and if like you're doing well and you've done like 3 that look really good, the 4th one won't be, and you're like, oh, this is just. But again, it just shows what masters these guys were. They could do it in their sleep.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were cursing it out too.
I always have the Tootsie Pop problem. Like 1 scribe, 2 scribe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, damn it. Where's the.
Yeah. And you get confident as well. The first scribe line is usually okay. Like, oh, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then you fall into a false sense of security, and you end up just making
And
a hell of a job.
you think with it being a line there that it would just, even if you're not paying really attention, it would just follow the line. But what is it? The invisible ninja comes along and just freaking hits you in the middle, and you're going a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
This stuff helps that Dymo tape, whatever it's called.
Yeah. But even that's real thick, like wide even. Like you can't. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Steve.
What's that? A big ugly black thing with the LEDs. Cheap
Ugly
LEDs
black.
on.
That is my roof to my second floor.
Roof to your stack. So this is if you turn this around, you're on the deck.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's my. I love my laser cutter. I cut those Java pits out. I love it. Hacker asked me what kind of glue I used for this. I did not use IC glue. I didn't want it to heat up too much. If it it cures and heats up, and if you use zip kicker, it heats up. This is E6000 that I glued these down with and taped.
It's an epoxy, right? I think I never use it.
No, it's not epoxy. What is it, Jonathan?
No, it's not epoxy. It's I don't know what it is exactly, but it's just a one part glue.
Yeah. It's like
Industrial strength adhesive. Oh, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I have no idea what it's made.
No, we know that it's industrial strength adhesive.
Yeah.
Done.
It's really it's good.
If it's
glue.
got like a big number on it, it's going to be strong. Like,
Yeah, it's going to be really strong. It's 6,000, John. It's 6,000.
Yeah, XT 5000.
Not 1,000. It's 6,000.
6,000.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
six
they're
times
bringing
better
out a new
than
one.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, talking about kicker heating things up reminds me. We were working on a movie, and we had to glue these panels down, and it was a pyro model, and so you're gluing these clear pieces down over a det cord, and I don't know if anybody knows what det cord is, but it's a detonation cord, and they used it in Vietnam to take down trees. You'd wrap around the tree and just take a tree out, and so they use it in miniatures all the time. And so we're gluing these clear panels on over det cord. And we're gluing it, and the pyro guy comes over and he's like, "Yeah, you might not want to use kicker on that. It might set it off." Oh, okay.
You lose both your hands, just like
and your face
modeling can be dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're like over it like this, gluing, like, oh boy.
Yeah, kicker gets really hot. Like, have you ever gotten it on your fingers?
Oh yeah.
That is excruciating. Oh my God. If you glue on your fingers and you spray it with zip kicker, you think your finger is going to burn right off, and it's going to leave a permanent mark. And it is a chemical reaction that's so hot and I was yelling when it happened to me the one time.
Yeah.
And
you get it occasionally when the glue runs down your finger and you don't realize it.
Yes. And then you think there's going to be a permanent scar there for sure, because it is excruciatingly hot. And a couple hours later, you peel it off. There's nothing, nothing at all.
I've glued my lips together before.
I've done that too. Yeah. I forget that there's glue on something. I put it in my mouth. I did it 2 days ago, actually.
No, I was trying to blow this. Like I put too much like super glue on like a part, and I wanted it to flow down. And it just went straight back at me, and I was like, and just like stuck my lips together.
I can honestly say I've never done that.
No, me neither. I know. It's hard for me to put me in your shoes right now, but it's fine.
Yeah, but notice how the two perfectionists haven't done that, whereas me and Chris just slap shit about
gluing
trying to get
your
it to
lips
work.
together.
I mean, I'm sure my wife would like to do that, but
no, I haven't like actually glued it to the point where it's stuck. Well, no, I take that back. It has a little bit, but like I just 2 days ago, I got it on I had it on a toothpick, and I put the toothpick in my mouth because I use a toothpick to smooth things out sometimes, and it don't taste very good, and immediately that you have glue in your mouth for sure, because you can feel it like puckering up your skin, Yeah, it's not fun. That's not fun. moving on. Sorry, I had to mute it for a little bit. There was a loud car leaving my house. Steve Eggers is building a E-wing, right?
E-wing, yeah. I think this wasn't this a kit a long time ago, or is this 3D print, or is this scratch build? I don't know.
It's a resin kit, I think.
Is it a kit?
I think it's a resin kit. I think that was Frank and Mo. They brought out one, didn't they, years ago?
Yeah, years ago. Yeah.
It's very. Where's E-wing from? I don't remember.
I can't remember, but some expanded universe thing. I don't know.
It's in Ahsoka, isn't it? They put it in Ahsoka.
Oh, they did. Yeah,
right. But it's slightly different than that original design from. I don't know. It was a game or.
Yeah, I think it was a game because it's been around a while.
Yeah.
It's almost rare now to see someone build an old resin kit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually.
I just joined back again. What's the name of that ship again? Is it the E-wing?
E-wing,
yeah.
The old expanded universe one.
Yeah.
And this is Macquarie. Is this the Cerny one?
It could be if he's got both kits. The E-wing and that one. Lovely job though. Great start on them.
I've done some stupid net shit and never that. Wait, it's coming, Brett.
Brett likes to throw his knife into his shoe, doesn't he?
That's true. Yes,
that was good.
He's in the piercing.
I've tried to catch my hobby knife with my knees as it fell.
Oh,
but it fell like that. So.
I've been in construction long enough to know to get the hell out of the way when things go on the ground.
When things fall, you just step out.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened in college, art school. But roommate was messing around with another friend, and he had his X-Acto knife out. And he came like joking to stab him, and he's like 4 feet away. But the friend goes, "No," and like sticks way out, and just literally goes right into the knife.
Oh.
I wanted to show this because this is Ian Duty.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like the shade of that red.
This is beautiful. This is really well done.
Love that hand.
And these are miniatures. This is a miniature. This is probably maybe a couple inches. Yeah.
No,
my
son, it's bigger. Go back. You can see a coffee mug next to it. Right there in the background.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. It is a little bigger. My son just started picking up miniature Warhammer miniatures, and he started painting with it. And he's like, he gets so mad because he messes things up. And I keep telling him, like, listen, it's going to be a very long time till you have things that look like this. Like,
yeah, but have you seen this whole? These miniature painting, the effects change like yearly. How people paint these.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And now they've got these speed paints and ink washes, so they just dry brush them. They paint these figures like so quick.
This is so well done. I love this thing. Like,
I enjoy for some of these miniatures the effects some models have where it's like glowing, where they paint it white, and so it actually looks like it's molten.
Like it's neon, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you end up watching one video on your phone of some guy doing it, and then you got about 200 videos next in the algorithm if you watched.
Yes.
Yeah. This is really exceptionally painted, I must say. I can't paint detailed like that. I mean, I'm painting my miniature, my little vintage figures, but they're so, basic that like I could never paint like that.
I mean, that's probably hand painted as well, that red.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
Look how smooth that is.
Yeah.
Nice work,
Ian. I love that. Charles is doing a tie bomber as well. He added the pin holders in.
Yeah.
I think that's a must. Just for
and again, that was funny because I was like, "Oh, I think it's the first person I've ever seen to do that." And then just Brett commented, "Hey,
hey,
yeah, I did do that myself."
Hey,
yeah, I did screws in mine before we knew they were electrical connectors.
Well, they're the same as the side of the X-wing, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
But John, I think you also did it some time ago.
Yeah, I can't. I haven't. I don't know. I might have just
No.
got holes in it. I think we figured it out, Marvin, together.
Mm.
Peter.
They were always on my wings. Yeah.
Peter's doing a 3D printed Millennium Falcon.
Is this 3D printed?
That's what he said.
printed?
Thanks for letting me join. Been 3D printing for a couple of years now. Recently retired. Indulged myself. Currently working on the Falcon. Couldn't find a decent online model, so I downloaded one of the BF2 models and rebuilt it so I could print it. Yeah.
Wow.
Printed the whole thing.
Crazy.
Well, what's the photo of the interior of it? The construction? The neck? Yeah.
Wow. Again, imagine showing us that 15 years ago
Yeah.
on the RPF. That would have been like, what?
What the?
Go back to that photo, is that ring around it? That looked like a different material than printed plastic. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, well, he probably used FDM, the filament printer, for the structures.
Okay.
I know a lot of people use that filament printer for structures, because it really doesn't. I mean, this may be, but I don't think this is filament. Is it? It's glued in separate sections. Yeah. Does this look like filament printer to you?
Yeah.
I think
it?
so.
Yeah. Okay. I can see.
Hard to tell these days.
It's hard to tell on this one, but sometimes, most of the time, like all the filament printer I've seen before, it's like heavy line.
Oh, yeah, but Ollie was giving me some filament prints that he's done, and you whack primer on them, and you're like, you'd only notice after like a zoomed in picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the Bamboo Lab printer.
Yeah, the bamboo is really good.
Yeah, if I set that on a 0.2 nozzle, you can get really smooth. I mean, you still see some, but you can get very close. It's not like the old filament printers where you're standing away for hours.
Yeah.
On small pieces. That's not.
The older filament printers, nowadays are like decomposing, right? They're like falling apart.
Some of them are, yeah.
Some of them
Because
are,
if you use PLA, I think it absorbs moisture.
Mhm.
It's biodegradable, basically.
Yep.
Thanks for joining, brother. Show some more. Keep showing her. Oh, you're almost done.
Yeah. There's always the next project.
David is building a Gold Leader and did the pilot. Very nice.
Yeah.
It shows how small that is next to that Microsoft bottle as well.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
That doing eyes on a tiny miniature like that is brutal because they're always like cocked. Mine are.
Yeah, I learned to do the eye black and then
Yeah.
do the white outsides.
Oh, okay.
It's easier than actually putting the pupil in because you'll make it boss-eyed otherwise.
I didn't see this before.
Yeah, I also didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Like a blue scrotum painted. What is it?
124. Yeah. Super Trooper Mando inspired theme. Huh.
I feel like it's something you'd see in the background of The Fifth Element.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
paint job.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, MX5.
That's cool.
Nice. Yeah.
That's different. I never saw that. How did
No,
that?
I didn't.
Oh, how did I miss that?
It was just posted 8 minutes ago.
That'd be wrong.
That's why you missed it. Jesus, keep up, Chris. Keep up.
Yeah.
It's been on here for 8 full minutes.
Yeah, you never check your group.
I never look at anything in the group.
It says 8 minutes, right? Yeah.
Low involvement. Yeah.
You know, I think I've said this before, but like I used to be able to keep up on like all of the posts and all of the comments. I can't do that anymore. Like it's just there's a lot going on.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need some moderators to help me moderate, you know.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
You need moderators that actually moderate.
Yeah,
Moderate, what are you doing?
yeah. What the hell, man? So that's the word, moderators. There was some pictures already in that group, right? With the 1, 2, 3. It's a big.
Yeah.
What is this? This is a bigger block.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Michael James version.
Is that a 567 block or what?
That's got electronics in it and it moves.
Don't drop that on your phone. Jeez.
I didn't even know they made this big of a block. That would be very helpful because a lot of times I'm stacking 3 or 4 of these suckers.
What thread is inside those blocks? Because the holes have thread.
I forget.
Because that big block would be really handy for like mounting models.
Big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
They start getting
as
expensive.
a base, I mean, you mean
A temporary like painting base, or
Yeah,
like just moving it about.
no? Because for a second I thought you meant like as a mounting block inside the model, but
No.
that's adding 10 kilos to your model.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I know what we use these for, but what do they use these for with the screws?
Mounting. I think when you do machinist work, they're both right angles. Plus, you can mount stuff to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different,
Clamps and stuff.
fixturing different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know what they were used for.
Well, now you know.
Let's see. We got a lot more. It seems like every other week.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is coming. This is automatic. So like every time.
What are we at? What are we at, Chris? Now?
I think it's like 1,500.
Now you're gonna lose your spot.
Yeah.
I'm not that far ahead. Oh yeah, I am. I really am.
Yeah, forget it.
I think it's like 1,500. Just like keep getting more and more every day. Ken McConnell, what is
This is a cool scratch build.
What is it?
I think it's one of his own designs.
Yeah, I think so.
But what fun just to have no restrictions.
Yeah.
Looks good though.
Look at that. Awesome.
Nice tracks around the engines.
That's
Always works well.
That ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like the solo speeder, the boxiness.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. That blue thing, right? Was it blue?
Yep.
I think it was blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the solo speeder a lot.
It would be fun to build something, just make it up and.
Yeah, I'm really
Gotcha.
liking it. It's nice.
Isn't that what you do for a living, Jonathan?
It used to be. Now I just build 3D printed parts that are.
Yeah. 3D printing's all the rage, but like I get it. It I'll tell you what, it's really nice when I need something and I could just bang it out in an hour and a half, right? Like it could be in my hands. But I would so much prefer to have like this. You know?
Yeah.
I would challenge everyone and anyone to build something with styrene, even if it's just your own design.
Yeah.
But for me to just have to start out with these flat sheets of white plastic,
Yep.
and then in the end you have this 3-dimensional shape that only exists because you put your hands on these flat pieces of plastic and turn them into something.
Yeah.
There's a reward there that is it's just not the same as with printing. And I use printing in my models for internal structures and things. I do. But there's something about creating something out of basically nothing. It's really nice.
Yeah, it was really fun on the Vader tie to the fantails. It was vacuum formed styrene and gluing on styrene chips and scribing. It was so much nicer.
Yeah.
By the way, Jonathan, I meant to ask, so what is coming down off that shelf for you to fit the Y-wing or anything else up there?
God. I think I'm going to, I don't know. I mean, I took the concept snowspeeder down to fit the Vader tie, so I don't know. I'm going to have to start moving stuff around or store it in my brother's apartment. My brother lives like 2 doors down from me, so.
More storage.
Yes.
I don't know how you fix this, John. This is
just
look at the T strip and the Lysane piece that goes across.
Yeah. There's nothing left.
Look at the Lysane strip. There you go. That look at that. There's still a mystery part on top. I don't know what that part is. That round part. I can't.
The round part.
So the original mold of this, John, was it off of
Yeah,
Lenny,
right on the
or was
top.
this his own measurements or anything?
I honestly don't know because I mean I don't like to be like bad on anyone that's like building their own one, but there was quite a few bits that were wrong, so it can't be off an original.
Okay, yeah.
I've done more work to that since these pictures, by the way. But the I don't know if it might be Jim Grevlin's mold, or I honestly don't know. I don't know, or it might be the guy that sold it to me that's now ghosting me.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Really nice work on bringing that back to life.
Yeah.
it's so far from perfect, but at least I just couldn't get another one, and I wasn't going to scratch it. I just
But why didn't you just
But it's
send
Battlestar.
it?
You seen that stuff up close?
you know, mate.
Oh, are they bad? Up close?
What's that?
Yeah,
The original?
they're pretty rough.
Yeah,
one?
like all those chips have all been like rounded off, and there's damage on it and stuff, and there's panels missing on the other side.
Damn it, you know I'm busy.
But
Yeah, but once it gets the Simmons paint job, it'll be fine.
yeah, thank you, mate.
You just I mean, you're just getting like free weathering, right? With
yeah,
this roughness.
exactly. Free aging, yeah.
Yeah, I love all the Battlestar stuff. It is pretty rough, you know.
Oh, Alex says that the solo speeder was purple, and I think we should listen to him when he says that.
Yeah. He might know.
Someone that made the
he might have
original.
some inside information in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You don't know.
You don't know.
So what have you done since that, John, on yours that you said was after those photos?
There's some seam lines down the front that you can. There are mold lines down the front that you can see, and there's some holes that I still needed to fill, and there's some bit more chip in, and that's about it, really.
You also rescribed probably a bit, right? After
The whole left-hand side was rescribed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had to with all the filler primer probably.
But you're scribing through filler primer and putty.
Yeah, I know, and that scriber wants to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate scribing through different materials in one go. It's just like no idea what that thing is going to do.
Yeah.
No.
Which is why, for me, by the way, scribing is like we said, like if you run a little bit long on a line, for me that's fine. I can fill that up, no problem. But if you're just off the mark and you have to fill it, and you kind of have to scribe in the same line, but just on the side of the line, it's
horrible.
It's the worst.
No chance to get that right. But I actually do with a lot of scribing, by the way, because we were talking about that, getting it nice and even and deep when it's my own build, like something that I'm either idealizing or just like my own builds. I usually just scribe them, and sometimes even scribe them a little bit too deep. Then I fill all the scribe lines with 2-part epoxy putty, and then I run a needle through that is just a little bit too thick for the line, so it only gouges out the same amount, so you get a very nice and consistent depth.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm with you. Yeah.
It's like 2 extra steps to get that.
Smart though.
Has Chris disappeared?
Yeah.
This is still his screen though, right?
Yeah, because it was moving.
Yeah, that's so I was confused while Marvin, while you were talking. I was like, Chris is gone, yet it's scrolling.
Yeah, is that the dog doing it?
Is this the red gemmer?
That is.
Looks like it.
But look how small it is.
Yeah, it's small.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's funny seeing Alex come on and say something, and it's funny to argue with people online about stuff you've done.
Yeah, that speeder's not purple.
No, I know it was like this. Okay.
Yeah. What do you mean purple? Get out of here. What do you know?
Sorry, guys.
Acceptable.
Did you guys discuss this at all?
Just started
bit,
to.
We're just yeah.
Okay. Do we know anything about this?
Well, I think that possibly is the
Y-wing.
Rivard print. Yeah, I think it's Rivard's print because it's it looks very detailed but small, so smaller than the studio scale one. So
Yeah.
So it's a 170. No, what size was his?
I don't know. It's probably like 148 or something.
Yeah, 148.
Nice job though.
Nice paint job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a nice paint job.
Yep.
Hit that with some
this
grime
is-
and that'll make that yellow lovely.
This is Steve, not Christina. I think we were a bit like, I think one of the first times we talked about his work, we were like, oh, Christina, it's a girl. And then at the end of every post now, he puts Steve.
Yeah.
Damn it, they're giving my wife credit, not me. Good job, brother. Let's see. That's Brett's tie bomber.
Yep.
You can see more of the scribe lines.
Nice.
Good job, brother.
I'm glad Brett's doing an escape pod.
Yep.
Brett. The
Oh,
other
different
Brett.
Brett.
Different Brett.
Okay,
Different
well, Brett, Blood Shoe Brett, Temu, Adam Savage. He's probably got more nicknames. He's doing the escape pod, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've got Marvin's one up there on the shelf in front of me that I'm like, oh, good, Brett started to do one, so I can start asking Brett questions, not Marvin.
He said his wife jokes that it's his urn. And I thought, oh my god, that's brilliant. I'm gonna make an urn for.
That's pretty funny. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, read Space Urn.
These are these Lee Ralph? Are these are the
Bill George, yeah.
Bill George
Bill
ones?
George,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, pull
I
up
think
Alex.
I think that's Lee's personal build, though.
Is it?
Yeah, he did the master, right? And then he's now
Yeah.
doing one for himself. But yeah, I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
Pull up Alex's comment.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
In the comments?
No, in the video.
In the
Video.
chat.
YouTube.
I had someone tell me once that the U-wing was about 600 millimeters. I was like, no, it's 1/24th and it's 900 millimeters. He was like, what do you know? I love that.
Yeah.
Didn't you have something similar like that happen to you, John?
Me?
Yeah, wasn't it? Somebody told me once that. Who was it? Somebody. I wish I remembered, but same thing happened to somebody.
Yeah,
That,
I don't know. Yeah,
Goodson maybe, or somebody, or I told Bill George all about the Dornian.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. You're telling George about this Dornian.
I've had people argue with me about we can tell that this Mandalorian helmet is different because blah blah blah. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bill, knowing Bill and how sweet he is, he probably would have. You just would have just nicely said that to you, Chris, not to embarrass you or make you feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
No,
You
he
wonder
didn't
what
say.
he was thinking in his head.
Well, I wonder more what he was thinking in his head when I was standing in front of him and his husband wearing two hats. That's what I want to know.
That's great.
Yeah, I noticed that Matt was
God.
like walking away, trying to walk away a little bit. He's probably thinking this guy's nuts. He's got two hats on his head.
Yeah.
But no, this is beautiful. Lee, gorgeous brother as usual.
Speaking of Bill George, yeah, that's his Y-wing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the little spikes at the back of this Y-wing, and how the T-strips are blue, right?
No,
Blue?
they're grey.
No. I'm talking about when they're painted.
Sorry. Right, I'll be quiet.
Shut up, John.
Yeah, Jesus, John.
My hats are off to
I love
Lee
the
for
paint on the head.
for actually wanting to build one more for himself. Like with the
I
amount that
know.
they built, I'd be like, Jesus, another one.
Well, there's
two of them
two.
there.
Two of them. Jeez.
I know they were doing a couple extra on top of their original 10 or 15. I think they offered a couple more.
Is that zoom in on that back one on the head? Okay.
Would you think
It almost looks like a standard head for a second, but it's not.
No. Yeah. Let's do this. I got like 10 minutes left, guys, and then I've got to skedaddle. See if we missed any that we want to definitely hit.
We lost John as well.
Oh, did you?
Oh, now he's back.
He jumped off every now and then. Phil's building a Y-wing as well.
Is he painting it in pieces or like?
Nice.
Yeah.
Gary is building a Star Trek ship, one of the 100 Enterprises.
No, it's not.
It is not the Enterprise.
No.
Looks like an Excelsior class.
Yeah,
Looks like it, yeah.
It's a dish with, what do they call those? Nacelles?
The cells.
Yep.
Yeah.
With legs. Close enough. Oh, and Graham has been posting a lot of reference pictures, and they've been awesome. Thank you, brother. I love when people add to the albums for reference. I don't think a lot of people even know that they're there. We do have a bunch of albums with some reference pictures in if you're ever looking for something, or if you have something you want to add it for the group. Just we got to talk about this. He builds bugs too.
That's cool.
That is really cool.
I thought this was fun following along.
Oh, it sure is. This is fantastic.
Is this just a bug or is this
Starship Troopers?
Yeah, Starship Troopers.
Yeah. This is awesome. I love this.
Chris, do you know if this is one of like the kits we saw at Wonderfest?
No, he wasn't there, so I doubt it.
But I'm
no, knowing him, he probably carved and scratch built every curve on this thing. I'm sure maybe it's in this. It's probably in the description.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we can. I wanted to show Brett some. Is that a Merlin? Yeah, that's a Merlin. David is building a Merlin at. I wanted to find. Here's another red jammer.
I do like that paint scheme.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And more nacelles. Sorry, I'm not making fun of Gary. His build, it's just funny. Brett is building a skate pod, and he is using temporary templates to plan out his.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
layout. Yeah, very nice.
Now I can only think of it as an urn now. I love that.
Yeah, I just so want to make an urn.
That'll be the next Regal robot piece.
He needs to try not to cut his fingers off, though.
Yeah, puncture his foot. All right, I think. Oh, we didn't get into Brian's.
Shuttle.
His Nita shuttle. Hold on, I have to ask. Didn't he have a Nita shuttle at Wonderfest? Is this a second one?
This is this one. I think he's posting after the fact, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I thought.
Oh, so he's posting what he built after the fact.
Yeah,
which he took a lot of great progress photos.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he put all that detail on the inside when I didn't know to look.
I didn't
Yeah,
either.
the cockpit. Yeah. I'm still amazed that this model that was like whatever they used in the movie has never turned up in any type of picture or background, nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All we see is what we see on screen.
I wonder if it was repurposed, broken down, or thrown away, or it'll show up at auction 10 years from now.
Yeah.
In somebody's garage.
Yeah, it might be in somebody's garage. Yeah, because like I said, like I've never seen anything in the background of any ILM type picture where that, yeah, it shows anything like this. So.
Very nice. I do want to build one of these one day. First, I got to build a TIE bomber, and then one of these. So, all right. I think that's probably where we have to end because I have to go to work. I have to drive 3.5 hours to West Virginia. Ooh, before we go anywhere.
Yeah, it was a nice picture. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love these. Is this the same? Is this here the same as this? Like, are they holding like this? Is this the same? Like just in the forefront that it looks bigger.
Yeah, I don't
Isn't that a
think
model?
it is because if you look it's oriented the opposite way. Yeah, it's not the same, I don't think.
Well, they could have just moved some of the models around, like here.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
this looks like they're talking about the whole setup and layout. So I would assume that this changed a couple of times while they were working on it.
Like here's the walkaway structure. Here's the cave-like structure back there. So it probably is the same thing. I looked at this and I'm like, oh man, they made a big falcon. It's not. It's just in the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
Did we lose John again?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. All right. I have to. Oh, that nice picture. Even better. Look at the foam. That's just styrofoam.
Yeah.
I feel that the little models, I think, probably made out of paper or whatever. I put quite a bit of effort in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the next photo is because I have this photo and another one high res from one of the auctions. Now the other photo's not on here, but I believe one of those snow speeders was in one of the latest auctions.
That'd be a cool little buy.
What was it, paper or styrene? Did they say?
I'm sure they did. I think it was on Prop Store.
God, could you imagine cutting all this styrofoam and having all those little bubbles all over the place? You drive me nuts. I open up a box. Well, yeah. Oh, okay. But like this over here is like scratched away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked in a shop where we did a lot of foam carving of the white beadboard, and our neighbors hated us.
I'm sure they did.
It's got everywhere.
I hate when I open up a box and the styrofoam breaks apart and there's pieces. I have a table I just did that to. It was all over the place. All right, we got to end.
My wife's just made like a 4-foot octopus out of that stuff. Carved it all in the kitchen, and it's just gone everywhere.
Well, you can't really bust her about it because I mean we also do a lot of mess all over the place.
Yeah, and when you've got to build a 4-foot octopus, that sort of thing's going to happen.
Yeah. 4-foot octopus. All right. All right. Thanks everybody for joining, brothers. I appreciate you all getting up early and taking a break from your busy work day. And we will do this as much as I possibly can. So.
Yep. Sounds good.
And everybody, thank you so much for posting your awesome work. Even you, Gary, I'm not busting on the Star Trek stuff. I'm not. I'm just having a little fun. I welcome everybody. We love everybody.
Oh, did I miss Gary's work?
No, I breezed right over it. It was Star Trek, so we have to breeze over it.
Oh no! Come on.
Look. I'm showing it. I feel bad now.
He could actually name some of the parts accurately.
Is he using 312Bs, 312T4s parts on a Star Trek? Are there kit parts on a Star Trek ship?
Yeah.
Yes, there's kit parts.
Is there really?
Yep.
And some are quite funky. Some are like little robots that they put on, little robot figures.
Weird. All right. See you guys. Oh, I didn't show it. I was showing it on my computer talking about it, and I didn't even show it.
You almost dissed him for a second time.
I know. I didn't mean to. I really don't mean to. Gary's great. I was talking about this picture here with the kit parts.
Yeah, he's done like there's like a channel going in that he's put them in.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent work, Gary.
Marvin, I just looked it up. It says the X-Wing model in those little maquettes is cast around plastic and metal structural supports inset with a metal hook under its nose cone.
Wow.
For the X-Wing.
Metal hook under its nose cone.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, it's just for landing gear support.
Not so they can swing it around via piano wire. Yeah.
All right, man. You guys all have a wonderful day. I am going to sign off as well, so because I really do got to get to work. Have a good weekend.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
See you guys.
You guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.